In this video, I will show how to install and set up the Windows 64-bit version of Lambot on your Windows PC or laptop. That will include inputting your license key, generating an API key on Bybit for Lambot, and a quick overview of the UI before we start Lambot. The first thing you need to do once you are logged in is navigate to the My Downloads page on the computer you wish to install and run Lambot. To get to that page, go to the Account drop-down and select My Downloads. And once you are on this page, you will see the Windows 64-bit version, and this is under the current version of Lambot, and this is the previous version. So we're going to select the current version right here. And from here, I can save the Lambot setup to my Downloads folder. You can see that it is downloading right here, so I'll click this up icon and go to Open. If your Windows computer is like mine, you'll get one of these warnings about running this app might put your PC at risk. You can just click More Info here and select Run Anyway. Now you can see that it is launching. You can see the Lambot logo installing. Please wait. Now that it is done downloading, you'll see a settings pop up for Lambot that is prompting you for a license key. So we can then go and get the license key from the Lambot website in our account. So we'll just go here, go up to Account, go to My Keys, scroll down, and you can see that any key that you have purchased will be right here. So you can copy the key by selecting this green copy key icon, and then go back to Lambot, select in here, and Control V. You can see that we have the license key in here, so we can save. And after a brief loading animation, you'll have a settings box that pops up that is going to prompt you for an API key. You can enter an API key for mainnet or testnet depending on what you would like to run Lambot on, and to be able to toggle between mainnet and testnet by using this button right here. Now we're going to go and do the API key for the mainnet, since that's what most people are going to want to use. So we'll go to our Bybit account now. Once you're logged into your Bybit account, come up here to your profile icon, go down to API. Once on the API page here, you can go to Create New Key. We will call it Lambot, and then we want to come down here to their API key permissions, and we want to make sure that it's read and write because we want it to trade for us. And since we're using Lambot to trade contracts, we want to make sure that we have the orders and positions checked here and leave everything else blank. You can also specify the IP address that Lambot will be running on. If not, you can just select all IPs, which in this case I'll select all IPs, and that should have everything selected. And then we can go over here and click Submit. If you have 2FA enabled, you'll need to enter your 2FA. And now it is created, and it's given you an API key and an API secret key. So we can click this little icon right here next to API key, and that copies it. So we can go back over and paste that by using Control V. And then we'll get the API secret key by clicking this icon, pull this back up, paste by using Control V, and now we can save. And after a brief loading animation, your Lambot UI should pop up as shown. You can maximize it by clicking here, and you will see that it is actually connected to your Bybit account now, because it should show the balance that you have in your Bybit account, which in my case I have about $80 worth of Bitcoin. And another way to know that it is connected is by this green light down here showing next to Bybit mainnet. If for whatever reason you need to change to a different API key, you can go over here and click the settings button. Also from the settings menu, you can see my license key and how much longer it has until it expires. Since I only paid for a month, it will show when it expires here in 1 month. Now to go over to the Bybit Trader plugin, you can see your API key again, and it also shows when the API key expires with Bybit, when you'll have to go back in and renew it. So let's go ahead and close this out, and I'll give you a brief overview of the UI, and we'll go ahead and start the bot. So if we start up here in the top left, you can see this icon that will bring this out so you can see what everything is. So we're on the auto trader currently running the flow strategy, As more features become available, they'll be down below here, so like the copy trader. And then the settings is what we just opened, so if you want to minimize this back, just click here. Along the top you can see the Bitcoin and Ethereum price. These are the two assets that we currently run a flow strategy on, so that's why they're up here. We also have a TradingView plugin, so you can treat this like just about like any TradingView chart that you would have on TradingView. So you can maneuver things around. You have a watch list, you can get rid of that. All your trading tools here, and even some indicators that you can add. And down here at the bottom it will show any trades that have been taken and any trades that are open during the session. And going back up to the top right, you can see our account balance like I had mentioned before, so that shows my account balance in Bitcoin and what the USD value of that is and how much it has changed in percent during the session. And here is where we get into the criteria that Lambot is running on. So we have Bybit as our exchange. That's currently the only exchange supported. We have the flow strategy, which is the only strategy that we have supported currently. It's running on Bitcoin USD. It can also be Ethereum USD. And the time frame that it's running on is 2 hour. You can also do 4 hour or daily, but 2 hour is the one that we have the best results on. And if you want to see the advanced options, you can look at all these settings through here. If you hover over them, it will give you a brief description of what each one of them is. We highly recommend not messing with any of these because these are the settings that have given us the best results. At some point we would like to have a back tester, so you would be able to test out different settings and find out what works best, but for now we highly recommend not changing any of these settings. So I'll go ahead and hide this again. And lastly, we have an action log down here that should show everything that Lambot is doing. And that pretty much covers everything with the UI. So we'll go ahead and start the bot by simply clicking the start button here. You will see in the action log that it is warming up with a 120-minute series. What that is doing is just getting the candle history so that it can run the strategy properly. And since this is this 2 hour time frame and we have it set as next signal for this to take a trade, it could take it a while for it to signal the next trade. But as soon as the trade is signaled and entered, you will see it pop up down here. Now you can see that after some time it's finally in a position. You can see the date that it was entered and the time. You can see the symbol that was BTC USD. The quantity is negative 238, meaning it is short 238 contracts at an entry price of $38,676.04 with a current P&L of minus $1.12. And since this is still open, we won't have a fee, but as soon as this position closes and a new one is opened, you'll see the fee here. Also, once this position is closed, you'll have a session P&L here that'll show whatever that position closed for, and it'll show the number of trades that have been closed during the session as well. Now, if you would like to close this position at any time, you have a close button here. What this close button will do will just close your position out at market price. And if you want to stop the bot for whatever reason, you can click stop. And since we are in a position, it'll ask us to close the position, and we can simply click close position here. So you can see now that the bot is stopped, the position has been closed, and you can see our session P&L right here, and the number of trades was 1, and you also can see the fees now here as well. So that was a full overview of how you can start, manage positions, and also stop the bot. So that will conclude this video. And if you have any questions, you can always ask in our Discord, on our Twitter, or the contact page on our website by clicking contact and filling out your name and email with a message of what your question is, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you for choosing Lambot, and happy trading.